Hi there, this is Harry and welcome back to Advanced English Lessons with Harry, where I try to help you to get a better understanding of the English language, whether you're trying to improve your basic knowledge in English, conversational English, or perhaps you're preparing for that job interview. Whatever it is, you've come to the right place. And in the Advanced English lesson today, we're talking about a new start. First of all, I'd like to take the opportunity to wish you a very happy new year. New Year is all about New Year's resolutions, new goals and new targets. Your New Year's resolutions may be about staying healthier, spending more time with your family, or indeed learning another language or trying to improve your English. So if you're ready to expand your horizons, then it's about time you took a look at Preply. Let me introduce you to them. Preply is an online learning platform where you can learn languages, including English, in a much faster and better way. Preply has over 32,000 professional tutors in over 203 countries available to help you to improve your language skills. For the best tutor suitable for you, you'll be able to use the filters that Preply have to narrow down your search. Find the perfect time for your busy schedule and book lessons in seconds via the desktop or mobile application. The difference a good teacher makes is immeasurable. So if you're the kind of person who learns best from another real person and you want to learn a new language, then it's time to discover Preply. Click the link in the description below to get your 50% reduction on your first lesson with Preply. Thanks Preply for sponsoring this lesson. Now let's get back to our lesson for today. It's a lesson about new start, advanced English lesson about a new start. And this is well-known and popular vocabulary and expressions related to a new start. I'll go through them and I'll give you some examples as we go through them. First, to clear the decks. Well, clear the decks is a shipping expression. To clear the deck of a ship is to make sure there's nothing to obstruct you. So when we want to make a new start, we say, let's clear the decks. Let's have a blank piece of paper. Let's start afresh. Go to the very beginning. So if you want to make a new start at the beginning of a new year, then you clear the decks and you're ready. Get rid of all the old habits that you had and introduce new habits. So to clear the decks. The second expression is to have a clean slate or a clean sheet, or to wipe the slate clean. You can use it in that way as well. The intention is the same. So when you have a clear slate or a clean slate, then it's all about starting with a blank piece of paper, a clean sheet of paper, and then start writing down your goals or your targets. A clean slate, because we used to write on slates. The old-fashioned schools, they used to use chalk and write on slate. And then when you were finished writing, you would wipe it clean and start again. So that's what we're talking about here. When we want to make a new start, we take our slate or we take our sheet of paper and we make sure that it's blank, it's clean, and therefore we can express our ideas and start again. And any time when I have a little difficulty or a problem in my mind, I actually do take out a clean sheet of paper and I start writing down the pros and the cons of a particular problem, and I try to weigh it up to see what's more beneficial, to go this way or to go that way. So we have a clean slate or a clean sheet of paper. I hope you find my lesson useful, and if you do find the lesson useful and you like it, please like the video, and also if you could subscribe to the channel because it really helps. Number 3, to turn over a new leaf. To turn over a new leaf. Well, again, if we look at a copybook or an exercise book, when you're finished writing at one page, you turn over the page or turn over a new leaf and you start writing again on a fresh, clean piece of paper. So this is what it means to turn over a new leaf, is to start again. So you've none of the baggage that you brought with you from the previous year or the previous decade. You start again and you turn over a new leaf. If somebody changes the habits of a lifetime, so for example, if they give up smoking at the beginning of the year, their friends will say, ha, here he goes again, a new leaf. He's turning over a new leaf. He's giving up smoking. How many times has he done that in the last 10 years? Hopefully this time he will be successful. So we turn over a new leaf at the beginning of the year to break old habits and start new habits. Number 4, a whole new ball game. Well, this is a little bit of an American expression, a whole new ball game. So when we talk about football or basketball or baseball, whatever the sport happens to be, when the game is over, the referee or the umpire blows a whistle and that's it, full time, everything is over. So then when we have another game, it's then a whole new ball game. So when we want to start afresh or we want to start something new, then it is a whole new ball game. What happened in the previous games is largely irrelevant. We want to start again. It's 11 against 11, 5 against 5, whatever the team numbers are, we're starting afresh. So when we have a whole new ball game, then we're talking about everything is different. What happened in the past no longer applies. So if you're giving up smoking or you're taking up more sport or activity, then you say, yeah, well, this is a whole new ball game for me. I'm going to go to the gym twice a week. And then if I like it and I improve my fitness, I'll go 3 times a week. So this is the whole new ball game for you to get yourself fit. The next expression, number 5, is nothing ventured, nothing gained. Okay, so this is an old expression. I think most people have heard about it. What it means is if you don't try something, then you get no benefit. You might not succeed. Of course, you might not. Not everything succeeds first time. But if you don't try, you definitely won't succeed. So nothing ventured, nothing gained. So if you want to, wipe the slate clean, you want to start with a new job, you start looking around to see what jobs are available, what jobs are suitable for you. You might start with your CV to brush it up, clean it up so it looks presentable and it's up to date. And then that's how you start the new year. So nothing ventured, nothing gained. If you don't try, you have no chance of succeeding. If you do try, it may be difficult. There may be a few stumbles along the way, but at least you are making progress. So nothing ventured, nothing gained. Now remember, when you're learning English, it's really, really important to practice. Practice, practice, practice. You can do that with one-to-one lessons with Preply. And don't forget to click on the link in the description below to make sure you get your 50% reduction in the purchase of the first lesson. Number 6, new or fresh blood. Now, that sounds very grotesque, but it's not really. So when we have new blood, it gives a refreshing feeling. People who have a blood transfusion feel really great for a period of time because that new blood is full of oxygen and they feel really, really good. So they cleanse the system. Okay. Or in a company, they have new blood when they hire new people. And you'll often hear the expression, oh, it's about time we got some new blood into this organization. A couple of new staff members will help to bring in new ideas so we're not all stuck in the past. So when we want to make a new beginning, when we want to make a new start, fresh blood or new blood is really, really critical. So introducing new people, new ideas is where that fresh blood or new blood comes from. Next, number 7, to go back to the drawing board. Well, if we have to go back to the drawing board, it's like an architect. He has his board in front of him and he's making his designs. If he makes a mistake or it doesn't work or there's some issue with it, he will go back to the drawing board, correct the mistakes that he has made and start afresh. So when we want to have a new start, we go back to the drawing board, see what didn't work in the previous year or past few years, and make corrections, make changes, make alterations, so that hopefully the new start in the new year will help us to improve. So we have to go back to the drawing board. So let's take a situation where a company wants to launch a new product and they spend a lot of time and a lot of money and thinking time coming up with the new plan, what the product will look like, how they will design it, how they will market it, and how they will launch it. And then sometime coming towards the end of the project, you realize that there's something missing, that it's not really going to be as attractive to the public as you first thought. So you cancel everything, you cancel the plans, and you say to the team members, okay, guys, I think we need to go back to the drawing board. We need to start again. There's something we've missed. There's something we haven't taken into account. So we need to look at it afresh. We need a new start. So to go back to the drawing board is to start again, cancel the old mistakes, and let's look to see if we can improve on that. Number 8, to be the new kid on the block. New kid on the block. Well, we all have experienced that during our lifetimes, I'm sure. We move towns, we move cities, or we move within a city from one region to another. And when you arrive in a new area, you have to go to a new school, and you are literally the new kid on the block. Everybody knows that you're new. Some people will come up to you to greet you, but it's difficult. It's difficult to get known. It's difficult to get to know other people, but you have to start somewhere. So being the new kid on the block can be interesting, but it can also be very, very challenging. And in the same way, if you're a company that's getting into a market that's well established and you are bringing in some new ideas, you will be the new kid on the block, and people will look to you to see what sort of changes you are going to introduce, something that will be beneficial for them. To be the new kid on the block, the person with the new ideas, literally the kid that arrives in the area from a different district and comes to the school. So you're the new kid on the block. Number 9, to blow away the cobwebs. Well, we all know what the cobwebs are. If we don't use a room for a long time, or we don't go into a particular room, cobwebs develop, or spiders' webs develop in corners around doors and around windows. Then if we want to use that room, we have to dust away those cobwebs so that the place looks neat and tidy and clean. So we get the duster or the vacuum cleaner and we clean the room. Okay, so when we blow away the cobwebs from the old year, it means we want to start afresh and we want to start anew. We want to start and make a new start for the next year. So let's all blow away the cobwebs of 2022 and we'll make a fresh start in 2023. New year, new beginning, fresh air, open the window, blow away those cobwebs and let's start again. And then a final expression, which is a really, really old expression for this time of the year, is out with the old and in with the new. And it's a well-used expression people use on New Year's Eve and New Year's Day. Ah, yes, New Year's Eve, it's a great time to get out with the old and in with the new. And we have all of these traditions of bells ringing to announce the end of one year and the beginning of the next. Or in Spain, they have the tradition of the 12 grapes. In other countries, they have different traditions, but it's all based on the same premise: out with the old and in with the new. So if you're starting a new chapter in your life, it could be in relationships, it could be in work, it could be in business, it could be in location, then it's all about out with the old, forget about what happened in the past, let's look to the future. As we all know, we can't change the past, but we can certainly change the future. So out with the old, in with the new. Out with the old ideas, in with the new. Okay, so there you have 10 particular expressions, all used and new vocabulary to help you talk about a new start. And you can practice those to help you understand what a new start is all about. As always, you won't know them all. You won't be able to remember them all, but try a few of them. And this time of the year, the beginning of 2023, is a great time to experiment with your English. So let me give them to you one more time. Number 1, clear the decks, like the ship, to clear the decks. Make sure everything is clean. To have a clean slate or a clean sheet, literally to write on. So there's nothing there from the previous year that's going to get in the way. A clean slate or a clean sheet. To turn over a new leaf in a book or an exercise book, or even when you're reading, to turn over a new leaf, to start again. A whole new ball game, very American, a whole new ball game. The referee blows the whistle on the old game. The next time it's a new game, everybody starts from the same position. And a whole new ball game. And then about winning and losing, nothing ventured, nothing gained. So if you don't try, you don't get. If you don't try, you don't win. Doesn't mean you will always be successful, but nothing ventured, nothing gained. Number 6, new or fresh blood. Introduce new people to the team. Introduce new ideas, new or fresh blood. Number 7, go back to the drawing board like the architect. You make a mistake, you go back to the drawing board and you try again. Number 8, the new kid on the block, the kid who's just moved into town, the new kid on the block. You're new into the game, you have to be different, you have to do something different to be noticed. New kid on the block. And number 9, to blow away the cobwebs. Blow away those cobwebs, let everything be fresh, let everything smell nicely. Windows clean and clear, you can look out. Let the fresh air in to blow away the cobwebs. And then finally, number 10, out with the old and in with the new. A really, really old expression, but as true today as it was 100 years ago whenever it was first used. Out with the old and in with the new. Now, don't forget that practice makes perfect. The more you practice, the better you get. It's all about that. Practice makes perfect. Okay, this is Harry saying goodbye. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. And join me for the next lesson.